FA Cup tie emphatically, but it was Blackburn Rovers who started the stronger, and a fine goal by Ben Marshall.
Yeah, and I think Bilic, looking on, would have been disappointed in what he saw once the corner took place, because a couple of West Ham players just kind of turned their back on it. Payet to begin with, and then Antonio as well on the follow-up behind, and neither of them obviously got a block on it. And I think the goalkeeper was unsighted until too late. But clever, I think, as well by Marshall, the way he shaped himself and then just drew it into the near post. I think it was a very good finish, and even if he had seen it, maybe Randolph wouldn't have got there.
No chance for Blackburn Rovers to press home their advantage. To Moses given too much time, and this was 1-1.
Yeah, and another disappointing one to concede from a defensive perspective. The fact that he was allowed so much room, and then the Blackburn defence just backed off. Nobody went to him, and I think ultimately Jason Steele was a little cross with himself. I think you could see that from his reaction. It's a decent hit by Moses, not his very best, and I expected the goalkeeper to be beating that wide, and he didn't get enough on it, and he should have been a little quicker to it. And really, once West Ham got this goal, it was a huge settler, and an awful lot began to change.
And all through the day they were running from deep positions, and Taylor, who had 1 or 2 or 3 nibbles there to stop the brilliant Payet, gets a yellow card.
Yeah, his first yellow, and obviously it played a significant part in leading to the next goal, which put West Ham in a commanding position. Payet has been doing this all season, and you can maybe question the goalkeeper. It might be slightly harsh because the free kick was expert, but yeah, I think maybe the goalkeeper could have been a bit livelier in reading it and got across. But listen, it's all about Payet and what he did, and not criticising the goalkeeper. That is extremely good.
Carbon copy of previous goals. Blackburn started the second half well. Ward with a chance.
Yeah, and he did very well. I mean, he shouldn't have been afforded the room to actually get it under control, far post, but he did, and it led to a breakaway for West Ham and a second yellow card, of course, for Taylor, and this then had a much more significant bearing on what followed.
Because that's where Blackburn Rovers' resilience really ended. Distraught, but it was a second bookable offence as he clipped Moses. Contact might have been minimal. Down went Moses. Rash challenge to make though when you're on one bookable, and West Ham then went on to dominate. Yeah. Antonio up from the back.
Yeah, Henley probably should have read it and cut it out to begin with, but they did well to keep it alive. Moses got a lucky break, and it wound up at Koyate's feet. But Henley should have dealt with it initially, and once he got caught, they were under an awful lot of pressure. Henley again was slow and maybe trying to follow it up to clear. That's the lucky break, and clever by Koyate, and definitely onside as well, Emenike, when he tucked it in. And by now West Ham are in a totally kind of dominant position, and it was just a case really of how many they were likely to add.
They're on the line, but he was just onside. The goalkeeper was actually playing him on.
And the sending off for Koyate, and it's a tough one. I mean, it's great running. It's great desire on Blackburn's part, and really Henley has felt the contact, and there is contact, but he's not even trying to play him. It's just kind of legs just came together and down he went, and I suppose the referee felt obliged to send him off.
Here comes Emenike, his second of the game, and West Ham was safe at 4-1.
And really cool. I mean, it was a chance with so many out injured. In terms of the strikers they have to offer West Ham, and Emenike knew that he could just make his manager think about something today, and I thought that was wonderfully composed. You know, he seemed very relaxed about it, and it's a really good finish from him in the end to take it away from the keeper.
He loved it, didn't he? Here he comes again, looking for his hat-trick. Off the post.
Yeah, and the West Ham faithful behind that goal were all expecting the net to bulge. Again, he did everything right until the finish, and he just got the technique slightly wrong, just a little slice across the ball, and cut the outside of the upright.
Payet set him up there, had a chance to set him up here, but goes all alone and scores a peach.
I think it's a fabulous finish, and not only his work in engineering the position for himself in the end by coming inside one, then slipping inside another, but just watch the way he finishes. It's a pass inside the post, always curling away from Jason Steele, and you know, he's been enjoying the plaudits all season. Well, it's just going to continue because his form is absolutely outstanding, Dimitri Payet, and he is really and truly a joy to watch at this moment in time.
2 for him.